Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Nature. Today I'm in the small medieval city of Burford. It's often known as the gateway to the Cotswolds. Famous for quintessentially English market towns and villages built from honey-coloured stones, the Cotswolds are a range of gently rolling hills and largest area of outstanding natural beauty in England. Since Burford is quite small, it is actually best to see the town on foot, because doing so helps you to get close with the nature and the history of the town. This town is just simply idyllic. Burford began as an agricultural village, but was given a market charter in the 12th century. This meant that now it had the right to hold markets. The market charter changed the face of the village. As traders now visited, the population grew to around hundreds and thousands. As you can see, the town today is quite busy and full of lots of people in the streets after lockdown in the UK. This town has attracted a lot of tourists over the past few months. Businesses have started to open up, such as sweet shops, antique shops, pubs and restaurants, and a lot of people have started to gather. The Cotswold area was well known during the Middle Ages throughout Europe for the quality and quantity of its wool. The Cotswolds prospered due to the wool industry. By the 15th century, England was so dependent on wool. Woolsack, a symbol of England's premier industry that accounted for up to 50% of English economy. Not only the English churches benefited from it, great wealth occurred to local merchants who spent lavishly on their houses and, in an effort to ensure their route to paradise, made an enormous contribution to the construction of enlargements of their churches. Some of these churches, huge in comparison with the villages in which they are located, came to known as wall churches. Wall churches are common in the Cotswolds, where enormous profits from the wool business spurred constructions for ever greater buildings. The buildings of English churches largely ended in the English Reformation, with a simultaneous decline in the wool trade between 1525 and 1600s. There are many fine medieval churches in Burford. The most well known is perhaps St. John the Baptist. Construction on the church started around the 1200s. However, most of what visitors can see today is the result of the restoration that was carried out in the late medieval times. This church is absolutely stunning. Burford also boasts great examples of typical architecture from different periods of time, from the remains of Roman mosaics situated in the town's chapel and the medieval buildings. The current configuration of the building was completed in the 15th century as a wall church. A wall church is an English church financed primarily by donations from the rich merchants and farmers who benefited from the medieval wool trade, hoping to ensure a place in heaven. Every element and fine detail in the windows and cast iron rainwater pipes that you can see today add a classical charm to this medieval town, which makes this town one of a kind. Burford is on the River Windrush in Oxfordshire, England. The name Burford derived from the words Bur, meaning town on a hill, and ford, the crossing of a river. Please subscribe if you enjoy watching this video. To this day, you can see remains of dry stone walls in the area. These walls feature heavily in the Cotswolds landscape and date back to 5,000 years locally. Most of today's 4,000-mile network was first constructed during the 18th and 19th century, but in modern times many of these boundaries fell into neglect and disappeared due to changes in farming and land management practices. Little has changed over the centuries. Burford is popular with visitors both for its beauty and history, but also for its shopping, especially antiques, and for the wide variety of places to eat with restaurants, pubs, and tea shops. This town, which is all residential buildings, are situated on a steep road. This place is simply a picturesque haven which cannot be missed out on. It's worth having a look at the Cotswolds. These places are filled with such history which has created the popular place it is today. Thank you for watching.